Welcome to the 14th Brisbane update on this Easter long weekend. This week we've got protests, proposals and promises across the 5 Greater Brisbane LGAs, starting in Brisbane City, where both footpaths of the Story Bridge remain closed about 6 weeks after ex-tropical cyclone Alfred swept through. It seems it's easier to go to the top of the bridge in a wheelchair than simply walk or cycle from one end to the other. The footpaths were originally closed for safety reasons during the extreme weather, but Brisbane City Council have kept them closed to do inspection to support the bridge's restoration project. Without answering why both sides had to remain closed rather than assessing one side at a time to keep the thoroughfare open for pedestrians and active transport users, the council are also remaining silent on when they expect the footpath to reopen. While there are theories about why this is happening, including from a councillor within Brisbane City Council, I haven't seen anything that can be substantiated, although you can check out Councillor Trina Massey's thoughts on her Facebook page if you're curious. What I can tell you is that a group advocating for one lane of traffic to be closed off with a temporary protective barrier to give space for active transport users has staged a protest by riding across the bridge as a group, with their request backed up by Councillor Massey writing to council chairs to implement a more suitable detour than diverting people across the Kangaroo Point Bridge. Of course, we'll keep you posted here on the Brisbane Channel. And while we're on protests, there's been outrage over the decision to cut 4 pipe bands from the Anzac Day parade in Brisbane City. The organisers have said that the pipe bands were disruptive to the veterans who were marching, despite the veterans themselves expressing anger at the decision. While the decision was made in February, the chair of the Anzac Day Parade Committee has indicated that they may still reconsider the decision. In an attempt to keep motorists safe this Easter holidays, the Queensland Police have launched Operation X-Ray Easter to target what they call the Fatal 5: speeding, drink driving, fatigue, not wearing seatbelts and distraction. They've said that drivers should expect to see more random breath tests and a highly visible police presence on the roads. By the 15th of April, police had conducted almost 65,000 roadside breath tests and over 3,500 roadside drug tests, with over 1,000 drivers found to be over the legal alcohol limit and 432 returning a positive test for drugs. Jumping to something completely unrelated, and Brisbane band Ballpark Music has been announced as the support act for Oasis for the Australian leg of their tour in Sydney and Melbourne in October and November. I recommend checking out the clip for Ballpark Music's song Please Don't Move to Melbourne for a good dose of up-to-date Brizzy scenes. In Brisbane, Redland and Moreton Bay, the Queensland Government has started working with stakeholders on consultation and planning for a project to prevent plastics and other litter from washing into Moreton Bay by installing stormwater filtration devices. The $35 million project is expected to remove around 6,000 wheelie bins worth of plastic and litter from Moreton Bay each year. Something else we want to prevent from causing issues is termites, and the recent weather we've been having means termites are on the move. Without professional detection, you may not even know they're there until it's too late. But you don't need to worry too much because the sponsor of this video, EPM Pest Control, is offering viewers of the Brisbane Channel a free termite risk assessment. They'll come out to assess your property to make sure you're aware of any potential risks to your property from termites. And if you need any of their services, they'll give you 10% off as a channel viewer. Just click this QR code or the link in the video description to book your free property assessment. Now back to state government funding for things, and 18 multicultural community-led projects based partly or wholly in Greater Brisbane LGAs have received grants totaling $1.9 million for activities that aim to break down barriers and create opportunities for culturally and linguistically diverse residents. These include projects empowering women, advocating for LGBTQI+ refugees, training women in approaches to dealing with domestic violence, and empowering and inspiring youth for people from diverse ethnic and cultural backgrounds. The next round of grants opens in October. At a local government level, Redland City Council have implemented a representative portfolio system for its councillors, which aims to improve how they communicate with and deliver services to the community. As is seen in other Greater Brisbane councils, councillors will take on responsibility for key services in addition to their existing responsibilities to their local ward. Here's how portfolios have been assigned. Staying in Redland City, and the council is investigating vandalism of a number of trees in an ecologically significant part of Redland Bay. Over a period of months, a number of trees had been poisoned or cut down. This resulted in damage not just to the trees in the surrounding area, but there was also foreshore erosion that occurred as a direct result of the loss of the trees. Redland City Council are encouraging anyone with information to contact them or Crime Stoppers using the numbers on the screen. Back in Brisbane, and a new partner has been announced for the Brisbane International Film Festival. Australian company For Film's Sake will be the new delivery partner for BIFF, or BIF, who have already collaborated with international film festivals, including Toronto International Film Festival, International Film Festival Rotterdam, and Sydney Film Festival. And while we're talking about film festivals, young people in Ipswich are being encouraged to submit entries for inclusion in the Ipswich Film Festival for Youth, or IFFY. People aged 7 to 25 can enter films no longer than 5 minutes via the council website, with entries closing on August the 15th. The festival will be held on October the 18th. Also in Ipswich, ahead of the federal election next month, both major parties have committed to allocating $200 million for a major upgrade of the intersection of the Cunningham Highway and Ipswich Rosewood Road at Amberley. The intersection, which sees around 20,000 vehicles crossing each day, had 90 reported traffic incidents and 3 fatalities between 2018 and 2022. Projected works are expected to increase safety and ease traffic congestion by addressing a bottleneck at the intersection. I'd like to take a moment to give a genuine thanks to everyone who has supported this channel by giving the videos a thumbs up, by sharing the videos, by subscribing, by becoming channel members, and by buying me coffees. Your support has really helped this channel grow and improve. Thanks for those helping me stay caffeinated, and also these members for their continued support. Back in Brisbane City, and under the Council's Better Suburbs Places and Spaces program, Nundar will receive new street trees, upgraded footpaths, and better lighting. Based on community feedback, the area on the corner of Ryans Road and Robinson Road will get new public open spaces with grass, garden beds and street trees, improved accessibility measures including curb ramps, accessible parking and footpaths, new seating, a drinking fountain, bike racks and bins, and improved pedestrian access with a new crossing, improved street lighting and no stopping line markings. Future areas to be explored for improvement under the program include Lambert Road in Indooroopilly and Ainsworth Street in Salisbury. Now to a much larger revitalisation project, and Brisbane residents will be invited to share their feedback on the Kedron Brook Revitalisation Vision and Master Plan, which is an $85 million master plan to transform Kedron Brook into a network of new and improved natural spaces, active transport pathways, and flood-resilient landscapes. This follows the successful transformation of Hanlon Park in Stones Corner, which has already demonstrated the way it can bounce back from floods on 2 occasions, and the Archerfield wetlands. You can have your say online or by visiting one of these information kiosks. In Yeerongpilly, a new 25-storey residential tower has been proposed for Bedivere Street. The project aims to deliver 181 apartments set above a 2,163 square metre publicly accessible forest, designed to function as an immersive subtropical parkland. The site is less than 250 metres from Yeerongpilly train station and next to the Yeerongpilly Green Village Centre. Jumping up now to Moreton Bay, and the City Council have proposed renaming Cowrie Court Park in Woodford to honour a local pioneer. Eva Draper was ahead of her time, fighting to become Australia's first ever female jockey to ride on a registered racecourse. Not only did she ride, but she won. Draper was a pioneer in Australian women's sport, challenging conventions and paving the way for future female riders and athletes in general. Now to Logan, and they're seeing property prices continue to soar, with some edging closer to the $1 million mark. In Kingston, for example, while the median house price is still around $675,000, some recent sales have been over $900,000. In Logan Central, a property sold for $906,000. It was on a 604 square metre block and had 7 bedrooms though. Realtors in the area have noted a trend for more multi-generational households who are entering the market with substantial deposits between them. And that kind of connects with the multicultural nature of Logan, said to be the most culturally diverse community in Australia. The city of Logan has some 234 cultures, and just over a week ago, Mayor John Raven hosted Logan's annual multi-faith breakfast, encouraging understanding between different faiths to create a harmonious and inclusive community. An interesting fact is that despite there being something of a stigma around Logan as an LGA, it ranked second nationally for internal migration, growing by 3.9% from 2023 to 2024. I made a video recently looking at how Brisbane has changed over the years that the channel has existed and how the channel has changed as well. Check it out if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. De plus, le côté sud est meilleur.